few years back, I had a privilege of speaking at the UN, and I saw a display of the history of Islam, and it showed the end, Islam ruling the world. This was in the UN. There was no other displays, just it was like 50 feet long. Here's where Islam started. Their goal is to rule the world. Give us your opinion. Should we, as the United States of America, be a part of the UN? What's the end game of the UN? Because it seems like a disaster to me.
I'm completely indifferent. I don't see why we need one. I guess it's okay to be somewhere where you can talk, but it's just a big bureaucracy. Nothing gets done. I think it's pretty pointless. We're the biggest contributor, and they vote against us overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
You know, I once asked a scholar of Islam, is Islam compatible with a republic like America? You know what he said? I'm not sure. And this is a scholar. The end game of Islam is world conquest. They will tell you that.
Yeah.
If you look at the Quran, you have three choices. You can convert, you can pay a tax as a second-class citizen, or you can be killed. Pick one.
Yeah.
There's no other religion like that. Winston Churchill wrote negatively about Islam and said it was a malevolent force. And the good news is, of the 1.5 or so Muslims in the world, only a certain percentage of them are interested in jihad, violent jihad. But just take 10% of 1.5 million, that's a boatload of people. This is quite dangerous. And
Yeah.
Islam has changed the face of Europe. It's changed the face of France. It's changing Sweden. It's changing Europe.
Yeah.
I think parts of Europe are done for. And I think that the idea that we're importing a whole bunch of people from the Middle East who don't support our values, who are not truly people that believe in a Judeo-Christian based republic, is a huge, huge problem. And that we're doing it without even thinking it through, to me, is very scary.
We a couple months ago, we did from Auschwitz to Birkenau. It's called the March of the Living. And I was asked by the chief rabbi of Israel to walk with him, a Christian and a Jew walking together. And something that was just so wonderfully shocking is when we got to Birkenau, where the gas chambers were, where the ovens were, I was introduced to about 50 young Muslim Palestinian youth that were there standing up for Israel. Like I said, I've been to Israel. This will be my 45th time. I have many Christian friends, Jewish friends, Muslim friends there that get along. But like you said, there's a lot of Islam that is calling for jihad. We saw this happening in our universities since October 7th, where students have been trained by professors coming in from other countries, teaching not only to hate Jews, but to hate America. How do we handle what's happening to our young people in our universities?
Again, a lot of this is just flat out ignorance. We just have to tell the truth. You mentioned how many times you've been to Israel. I had my 21st birthday in Jerusalem, in the Eternal City. And at the time I had this massive afro. You want to have a good time, pull out your phone and type in Larry Elder afro and hit image.
And you'll get either me or him.
I had some serious kink. So I'm walking through the old city, Larry, and these Palestinian kids are just fascinated by me. This is 1973. And I'm walking, I turn around, like 5 little kids are following me. So I walk a little further, I turn around, there's 10 of them. I walk a little further, about 25 Palestinian kids are following me. So I stopped, and they surrounded me, and I had a press conference. One of them could speak English pretty well. They asked me 3 things. The first one was, do you know Muhammad Ali?
You know Muhammad Ali.
I said, personally? They said, yes. I said, no. And about 5 of them walked away. And then they asked me, did I know Angela Davis, the communist? And I said, personally? They said, yes. I said, no. Another 10 walked away. And finally they asked me this, do you know karate, the martial art? And I said, no. Because if you walk around the old city, there are all these posters of American movies about martial arts there. And the rest of them walked away. Now, I tell that story, and most of the time, people would laugh. It was funny before 9/11. Yeah. Now it's not. Yeah. Because now I realize why they asked me these questions. They didn't know about Martin Luther King, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, the Constitution. What they knew about was Muhammad Ali because he said F you to Christianity and became a Muslim. Angela Davis because basically she attacked, tried to stage essentially an insurrection against America. She was a communist. And karate because of the movies. They knew nothing at all about America. No. So they're taught from the very beginning that America is the big Satan, Israel the little Satan. They know nothing at all about America whatsoever. Right. And that's why they asked me those questions. Yeah. And so much of the world has this image of America that's been put down their throats through the poison of their academia, through all these mullahs who are teaching this kind of hatred. You know, again, the Jews are referred to in the Quran as monkeys and pigs, there's no question that Hamas, on its charter, called for not just the destruction of Israel, but the destruction of Jews anywhere and everywhere. Right. And the head of Hezbollah said he hopes Jews assemble all in Israel so they can kill them all in one fell swoop. Right. This is what we're up against. Yeah.